Namaskar and welcome back to another episode of Unlocking Stars with Abhishek, a series on Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra. Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra is one of the authentic scripture available on Vedic astrology. We have been doing Maraka planets in the previous episode. In continuation with that, today we will be discussing verse number 35 to 40. Now, these verses will tell us more about Maraka planets. So, especially if you see in the beginning, it will tell how when eighth house is occupied by a particular planet, that is going to decide the type of the death, what type of the death the native is going to have. So, in order to have a better insight into this, we have with us our astro expert, Abhishek. Welcome, Abhishek. So, please enlighten us on these verses.
Thank you very much. Doing this series, participating in this Gyan Yagya as a tribute to Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar, going by recitation of verse by verse with a commentary, that's a great blessings. That's a great pride. This is the pride not only for me, this is the pride for everyone who is participating in it. Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar is in the one of the most important adhyay, most important chapter. बिनो पहला सुख निरोगी काया, बिनो जान है जहान है. We know if native is alive, then only you can do any phalades, or phalades has some meaning. So we are discussing the Marakas here, who got the authority to kill the native, who got the authority to take the life of the native. So how important this chapter is. Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar, in couple of previous verses, he dealt with the third house. He invoked all the planets to come and sit in the third house. And then Mahaguru is just like talking to the planets. What can be happen? What type of death these planets can give? These planets can bless the native. In our parampara, death is also a blessing. Everything is blessings. Now Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar is taking Maitre to the next realm. Now he is standing in the most important house where you can decide death and life, where you can decide Jivan or Maran, and that is the house. That is the house for. That is the house. That is the house for deciding the Ayurveda, which is none other than the earth house. So in this episode, we will see how Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar is blessing the celestial combinations to Maitre when each planets are coming, each planet is coming and sitting in earth house, then what can happen? As far as Maran is concerned, as far as Marakta of the planet is concerned. Otherwise, a lot of discussion can be done if sun is sitting in the earth house or moon is sitting in the earth house. But here Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar has focused on the Marak Veda only, related to the planet sitting in the earth house. Earth house, most important house. This is the house for samadhi. If you think about the spiritual journey, a spiritual path of a native, and that earth house, most important house, that is in the consideration here. It is all about the longevity. It's all about the misfortunes also. We can see the misfortune also. Death we are checking through the sixth house and eighth house also. That will also tell us about those things. Some people, some acharyas, and we have also that opinion. You can see the scenes also related to the native through that house. That is very mystical house. That is one of the most trikonas and one of the trick house also. How mystical house. People are saying it's a pit hole. It's a pit hole. It's very hard to understand what is inside it. So being a Devagya, you got a Sukshma Drishti. So you should go and you should think about the earth house. A Mahaguru is coming up. So many significations, even enemies, even obstacle, many significations you can have. If I recall, the great sage Satyacharya, he came up and he connected the earth house with the death, but death with enemies. So he linked the death with the enemies in that case. Scandals also, occult also, so many significations of the earth house. We will go and we will see what Mahaguru is saying about this earth house. As usual, we are paying our humble and respectful prayer in the lotus feet of the great Lord, Jagat Guru, Adi Guru, Guru of the Guru. He is the source and only source of the Gyan Parampara. Sri Mahadev, Sri Parabhairavnath, let's come, let's pray in his lotus feet so that he could bless us to enter into this Shastra. Let's come. नमामि शम्भुं पुरुषं पुराणं नमामि सर्वज्ञपारभावम् नमामि रुद्रं प्रभुं क्षयन्तं नमामि शर्वं शिरसा नमामि नमामि सर्वं शिरसा नमामि देवं परं व्ययं तं उमापतिं लोकगुरुं नमामि नमामि दारिद्र्यविदारणं तं नमामि रोगापहरं नमामि रोगापहरं नमामि जय गुरुदेव हर हर महादेव हर हर महादेव. We are talking about the death and the life, earth house in the focus. So starting this episode with the humble prayer to the Mrityunjay who control the death, who control the Kal through these verses, this prayer pray by Lord Sri Ram himself. Let's come. Let's immerse in the verse 35. Parashara uvacha Lagnadastam bhavacha nimitam kathitam budhaiha Sure astame agnito mrityuscha chandre mrityur jalena cha. Two planets and one house, eight house. That's revealed here by Mahaguru. If Surya is there, Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara is saying, Maitre, I'm telling you, I'm saying you, if you see the Surya, the sun, in the earth house, then the Mrityu can be happen, the death can be, the cause of death can be Agni, fire. So if sun is there, it's a Agni. Mahaguru is saying it's a Agni. And then he revealed for the Chandrama. Chandrama, he is saying Mritur Jalena Cha. Mritur Jalena Cha. So Mrityu can be happen by Jal, by water. By water, he is saying. So if we think about, because these are the empirical revelations, abstract principle revealed by Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar. But if you are just try to understand those things, the significations, the sun, the Agni, he is a fireball, he's Agni itself. So you can connect the dots, like if sun is there, you see the sun there, that can be logical, that can be fair. Death can be triggered through the fire. And moon, significator, like a water, jal. So mrityu can be happen by water related things. If you are thinking about sun and the earth house, so definitely this is not a very good position for sun in any case. In any case, it is not a good position. Even it can give natives sudden death. Sudden death can happen. The akal mrityu. The exception is earth house should not be Leo. If earth house is Leo, then sun is sitting in his own house. Then the things will be different. That sort of predictive intelligence we have. But anyway, that sun is not only giving the cause of death like a fire, but making natives life as a whole very hard life, very difficult life throughout his life cycle also. It's definitely not a very good disposition. And now moon is sitting over there. Moon is sitting over there. So the fear of chronic disease will come up in native's life. Not only the cause is being revealed by Mahaguru Maharshi Parasa, water is the cause. But anyhow, moon in earth house, that is arist. That is arist itself. So these are the revelation by Mahaguru Maharshi Parasa. I'm going next verse, covering the 7 planets. शास्त्रद्रात् भौमे ज्वरात् गेचा गुरैरोगात् चुदा भृगौ पीपासयासनौ मृत्युर्विज्ञयो द्विजुत्तमम्. He द्विजुत्तम. Bhaum, if Mangal you see there, then Shastra se mrityu. Arms, weapon, Shastra, that can be caused. And when Gya is there, the Mercury, the Jnani, Mercury is there, then fever can be caused. Severe fever can be the cause. That can be the cause. And then Guru is coming. The Gurudev is coming. Gurudev is giving some disease. So Gurudev is giving some disease. And then Venus, Brigo, Chuda. So he will die of the starvation. And Sanidev, Pipasaya, so thirsty. He's a thirsty. So at the time of the death of the nati, he died as thirsty. Venus, at the time of the nati was hungry. And the Guru, he died to some disease. Some disease catch him, and then that will be the cause. And Mercury, the fever, severe fever, any type of fever, so many type of fevers in medical astrology, we know. And Bhaum is very aggressive, very dangerous. So arms, emanation, Shastra, that can be a region. That can be a region. But in any case, any planet, as a thumb rule, not celebrated in 8th house. Not celebrated in 8th house. As we saw, like sun and moon. Even for Mars, that is also not a good disposition in 8th house in general. In general, there are some reflections from acharyas, more recent acharyas, having Mars in the 8th house, and those officials, government officials, they are prone to take bribes. They are prone to, take bribes, indulge in corruptions, and never caught. That is the thing. How tricky is Mars? Very tricky that Mars is. And for especially, this is the Mangalya Bhav also, or for female's chart is having Mars there. It's not good for her spouse. That we know. That we know. So a lot of acharyas are doing every day, doing serious acharyas are research. But here we are more Mark centric. Our discussion is so having Mars in 8th house, that indicate definitely, as Mahaguru Maharshi Parasa said, it's a violent death. It's a sudden death. It's a deadly, thing as far as death is concerned. We have to do the research at the further level because in which sign Mars is posited. That is applicable to other planets also. So we are just talking about Mars here, so that's why I just brought up that one. So if some reflection like that, if it is in watery sign, then death by drowning. Although the Shastra and Vipan and suddenness will come, 8th house is all about the suddenness. So sign is the background, is also very important where planet is posited. So if it is a fiery sign, so then death can be through the fire sort of thing. If it is in a airy sign, so it can be like accident. It can be like mental afflictions. So those sort of thing, that is applicable to other planets also. The great Mercury is giving fever. So Mercury is giving fever. That's Mahaguru Maharshi Parasa. This he revealed that one. We know the other combination will come up, but that is not subject here. If it is afflicted by Mars or afflicted by Saturn, then it can give the brain hemorrhage also, nervous disorder also it can give. So in that fever, some other flavors can come up also, as far as death is concerned. So Mercury is how Mercury is being treated over there. That is also one of the things. Gurudev is giving disease. It's very interesting to know, like a Gurudev, both the Guru, Datta Guru and Deva Guru, posited in the 8th house. That is a different kind of yoga called Asur Yoga. That is Asur Yoga. And Asur, what Asurs are doing? We know the Vishwamitra was doing the yagya, and then Tarika and other Asurs, Rakshas are coming and destroying the yagya and all. The Asura destroying others' work. So that tendency humanity might have, if Asur Yoga is in the chart. But we are not discussing here Asur Yoga. We are just discussing here how Gurudev, just I pick up both together, then Asur Yoga can form. It is just coming in my mind.
So, with reference to the verses that we have done so far, I have a question. You
Yeah,
mentioned that if sun is in its own sign in the eighth house, that will make a difference. But
yeah,
here, Mahर्षि never mentioned about whether the planet is in a friendly sign or it's in a exalted or any such position, like the condition of the planet. Mahर्षि is talking about that if this planet will be there in the eighth house, the mode of the death will be this. Okay. So my question is it going to make a difference if the planet is exalted? Then the because he is referring to the mode of the death. That if sun is there, then the mode of the death is this thing. So how is it going to affect the condition of the planet? How is it going to affect the mode of the death?
yeah. It's a good question. Mahaguru Maharaji Parasar, what he revealed earlier, like in the Graha Gun Swarupadhyaya and in Rasi Swarupadhyaya, those chapters. So those are the like a basic housekeeping. These are the ground rules. So by default, that is applicable to the further verses. So every time, because Sanskrit he is revealing in verses, so every time it's in the form of verses. It's not a like in an essay format or prose format. So every time he will not bring up all the by default rules. Definitely, signs are very important in which planets are posited, and that will dramatically change the behavior of the planet. So if sun is in the eighth house but posited in the own house, so that definitely that will have a good you know um, good blessings on the native, make native life extra, make native life very good in that sense. So he will bring up the good significations, positive significations of the eighth house also. But as far as death is concerned, so that static promise is there, might be from fire. So it's a advisory role, like you can advise those native, you should be keep distance from the fire and be careful about the fire and all. And in case of moon, you can advise, it's an advisory role, because the highest position of the astrologer in the ancient society was the Rajguru or Raj Jyotish, so advisor to the king and having the cabinet minister status. So that is the highest position. So it's an advisory. So it's like as you see the planets and you can give the advice. So be careful from that thing, because that static promise is there, and that promise will come. The phalit, the manifestation will happen. The dasa and transit and other factors will come up, and then the manifestation will happen. It is in the promise. So seed is there, but every seed is not become a plant. They need some you know nurturing by the gardener, by the nature. So
And
definitely.
another thing that, sorry, you want to say something?
No, yeah, go
Another
ahead.
thing that comes to my mind is when he says that death is well, like suppose if we talk about moon, he mentioned that the moon will be the death will be by water. So when we say by water, what does it mean? It may also mean that any disease which is caused by water, like drinking contaminated water, or is it essentially means drowning in a river or a water body? What exactly, when we say water, it can be through anything related to water,
Anything
anything.
related,
It can be a disease
water.
also.
Anything related to water. You know, anything related to water, because some other planet will also come and then play a role. Then the principle of superposition will come up. So water plus that one, then related to that disease. So this is the gateway opening of the medical astrology, basically. Mahaguru Mahasi Parasa just gave that these verses, then just explore this one, do research, and you will reach up to the fascinating layers of the astrology will revealed, and you will be in the in the in the area of the miracles only. So that is the thing. Anything. He's just giving indications, And Maitre has to explore. That is the work of Maitre. Because he is a Param Guru. He is the great Guru. So now coming to the Venus. Venus is Chuda Vrigau, he is saying. On 8th house, the Venus, in any case, this is not a very good position for Venus. Being in the 8th house, we know. So that he's giving. And Saturn, we have already discussed how Saturn is, anybody, although Saturn is giving a long ayu, because it's the ayus karak. So Saturn is in the 8th. So it is giving the long life, but troublesome life. He's a karak of sorrow also. He is not only karak for ayus, he is karak for sorrow also. If it is afflicted, then it can give many disappointments to the native, many disappointments. And native wants death in that case. The life is so hell. So death is also slow. Death is also coming very slow. Sunny is slow. So making his death also slow. Because he is in the death house. So making death slow. He is in any house, he is making that house signification slow. Delay. He is doing. So keeping death slow, so it is, life is going to be longer. So this is the case. Again, like you have to play with the science in this sense also, you have to play with the science. So let's come. I hope it's clear now. Let's come in 37 verses. Astame subdrig yukte dharm pe cha subhair yukte tirthe ramriti stava geya papa kyan anyatha mriti. That's very important, because everybody wants to die in Kasi. As for just giving example of the Kasi, doesn't matter. So if native will die on Tirth Asthan, like Kasi, like Ujjain, like any shrine, if the sub planets are in the 8th house or aspect the 8th house, then it can happen. A lot of examples, a lot of case we have. People are living, old people are living in Kasi or any other shrine to die only, and something will happen, they go for a day or two, and so that they will come back because some urgent emergency happened, and they die other place. A lot of examples are there. So because they want, there in our scripture, you go to the Skand Puran and Siv Puran and all, if somebody die in Kasi, get the liberation, Lord Shiva is, a lot of stories are like that. Lord Shiva is coming and he's blessing and giving mantra, Tarak mantra and all. So astrologically we can see here. That's why I'm making this chapter controversial. Because it's a Pratyaksh Shastra we are claiming. But here, the rational or scientific or logical communities, this verse, so it's like that. But opposite is happening, like malefic planets aspecting, or malefic planets is in 8th house, then Anyatha, so it's not on Tirth, anywhere. Mrityu can happen. Now Mahaguru Maharishi Parashara talking very truth aspect. It's not like that. Fate of God, dead body. What will happen to the dead body of the native? So native died, but the astrology is still on. So this is giving the divinity of this Shastra, the immortality of this Shastra, how this Shastra is connecting the whole life pattern of the Jiva, and how this Shastra believes in the immortality, how this Shastra is going from this life to the other life. Now native gone. Now these verses will tell about the core dead body of the native, what can happen. And then Mahaguru will enter into the other realm where the soul is going. So making this chapter very, very difficult to understand with the logical frame of mind. Only a bhakt can understand this one. So these are the revelations. Agnayam bhumisrya gyayo mrityurigriha sritaiha parinamaha savyasayatra bhasma sanlepasosakaiha vyal varga krikanayastu vidambano bhavati dhrubam sabasya swasringala gaya grakakadhipachibhihi. He's saying if benefics decanate. So talking about the benefic decanates in the earth. In the earth house, there is a benefic decanates. Benefic decanates, it means the 27th decanate. So then the corpse, dead body will be burned in fire. If malefic decanate,
You mean 22nd?
22nd. What I said, 22nd.
By
Okay.
mistake, I think you said 27th.
Okay, that's a slip of tongue. So 22nd decanate. If 22nd decanate is falling in the eighth house, very clear. And it's a benefics planet. Then Daha Sanskar happening very in a good manner. So that is the case. If the malefics 22nd decanate falling in the eighth house, then it's like a body will be thrown away in the water. And if mixed planets are decanates are falling over there, then the dead body will only dry up. Now Mahaguru is talked about the Vyal Varg Driskan. Vyal, serp, snake. Vyal Varg Driskan he bring up serpent decanate. If serpent decanate is happening, then the body will be eaten by the animals, crow. It's a very bad condition. What is the Vyal Varg Driskan? Mahaguru is revealing in the 40th verse. Karkate madhyo antyascha vrishchikasya dvitiyakau mine antim tribhagascha vyal vargah prakirtita. He is defining, this is the definition of the Vyal Varga Deskan, Vyal Varga Deskan, serpent Deskan, that is the definition. So the second and third decanate in Cancer, if cancer is there, it's a Cancer specific. So second and third decanate in Cancer, and the initial one in the Scorpio, and the last, the Antim in Pisces, that is called the serpent decanate. If serpent decanate is falling over there, then the dead body will be eaten by the animal and the crow and the vulture. The very bad condition. That is the revelation of Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara, and that is the truth of the life. So thank you very much. If you have any question, please feel free to ask.
Not with reference to these verses.
These are the very direct, good or bad, I don't know, but that is the revelation. That is the Shastra. Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara is revealing this is the
eternal truth. We have to accept
that
it.
is the eternal truth. And he will go to the further truth also. He will tell about. So up to here, native is not validating, but Devagya can validate. Society can validate what is happening, because you got a chart and what is happening to the dead body of the native, you are seeing. So up to here you can validate. But Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara is going further, that is more questionable. Because he will tell where the soul is going, to which loka. Who will validate? That is the problem. So that is the questionable. Otherwise, native is not no more, so he is not validating, but in other people can validate. Yeah. Anyway, but it's a tribute to Mahaguru Maharshi Parasa. What Mahaguru said, that is the Guru Vakya. And Sradha Van Labte Jnanam. We should have Sradha on Guru, and then we have to just follow the Guru path, because Yudhishthira said to Yaksha, what is the path? What is the right path? He said, Mahajno yen gatahasa pantha. So we have to follow that path. What Maitre and Mahaguru followed, we have to follow that one. And that through that thing only we can reach up to the, we can reach, I don't know, reach or not reach, but we can just follow the Mahaguru, because it's a big ocean. I don't think anybody can reach except Mahadev. So thank you very much. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you so much. So, friends, that's all for today. We will be continuing with this in the next episode, because Marika Planet's this adhyay is not yet over. So, see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.